How to replace the thermal paste in a laptop. At the request of fans, today we're replacing the thermal paste on the Apple MacBook Pro 13-inch 2013. Let's reduce the CPU temperature by 8.7 degrees Celsius in 6 simple steps, easily improving your laptop's performance. Tutorials for replacing and upgrading thermal paste on laptops are available in the main tutorial collection on our homepage. You can also comment with your model if you need specific guidance. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Step 1. Get tools ready. Many tools are needed to replace the laptop's thermal paste. Apart from the thermal paste and thermal paste cleaning wipes, some gadgets can help you to disassemble the laptop much more easily. If you don't want to buy them separately, you can find our total solution combo in our profile. Step 2. Remove the laptop case and battery. Before you start disassembling the computer, it's highly recommended to wash your hands or wear gloves or an anti-static wristband to eliminate static electricity. Place the laptop with the bottom facing up. Using a 1.2 mm pentalobe screwdriver, remove the 10 screws from the bottom cover. Note that the 2 screws in the middle at the top are longer, while the rest are shorter. We recommend using a magnetic mat to prevent the screws from mixing up or getting lost. Prepare the triangular pry tool and spudger, then insert the spudger into the top right corner of the chassis. After opening the gap, insert the triangular pry tool and pry along the edges. Once the pry tool is inserted, move it up and down to easily open the bottom cover. After opening the cover, use the spudger to disconnect the power cable by pushing both sides of the connector outward. Once the power is disconnected, remember to press and hold the power button for 15 seconds to discharge any remaining power. Step 3. Remove the heatsink and old thermal paste. Disconnect the power cables from the cooling fans using the spudger. Pry up the latch on the connector, then push the plastic block on the fan cable upwards to unplug the cable. Remove the protective cap from the cooling module screws. Using a T5 screwdriver, remove the 4 screws from the cooling module, following a diagonal pattern. Use a high-quality screwdriver, such as the Kooling Monster Combo 01, and apply vertical pressure to prevent stripping the screws. Using a PH000 screwdriver, remove the 1 cross screw at the top left of the cooling module. Gently lift both sides of the heatsink to remove it. Using a T5 screwdriver, remove the 3 screws from the cooling fan. Note that the top left screw is longer, and the remaining 2 screws are shorter. Remove the fan cable that covers the fan. Then, remove the fan. To clean the old thermal paste more efficiently, we recommend using Kooling Monster Clean 01 thermal paste cleaning wipes. If you're worried about getting your hands dirty, you can use the disposable gloves included in our kit. Here you can see, the thermal paste on the processor has dried up after years of use, reducing its cooling efficiency. It needs timely replacement. Make sure to clean off the remaining thermal paste from the cooling module. Step 4. Clean the fan. Using a PH000 screwdriver, remove the 3 screws from the cooling fan. Remove the fan cover. Use an anti-static brush and compressed air for cleaning. Use the anti-static brush to clean the fan blades and the dust on the cooling module. When using compressed air, keep a small distance to avoid liquid spray. Compressed air helps to clean the details and significantly improves dust removal efficiency. After cleaning, don't forget to clean the dust on the backplate as well. Step 5. Apply thermal paste. Here we used Kooling Monster Cold 01 High Performance Thermal Paste. Apply an appropriate amount of thermal paste on the surfaces of the CPU and GPU. After applying the thermal paste, you can use the spatula to evenly spread out the thermal paste and remove the excess. You can also use the pea-size method if you like. Step 6. Reassemble your laptop. Now, follow the reverse order to reassemble everything. Put the fan cover back on and screw it in place. Place the fan back into its original position. Tighten the screws on the fan. Reconnect the fan cables. Gently place the heatsink back in place. Tighten the cross screw at the top left of the cooling module. Follow the diagonal pattern to tighten the cooling module screws to about 70%, then fully tighten them once all screws are in place to avoid excess stress. Reinstall the screw protective cap. Reconnect the fan cables. Finally, reconnect the power cable to the motherboard. Close the laptop bottom cover and snap the clips back in place. Press the power button to verify that everything is working correctly. And screw the bottom cover back on. Follow and subscribe to Kooling Monster and let us know which laptops to demo this process with next.